Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Retro and Rare podcast, episode for Merry Monday. Huh? Now would you shut the fuck up? We got all of this. I don't even know what's going on today, bro. You insist that we have the lights and the...
It's Christmas time.
I understand. I'm going to let it go because it is Christmas time. I'm trying to be in the spirit, trying to be nice. Christmas has been a little bit hectic for me between shopping. I believe I broke my pinky toe today. I'm a little aggravated. So if I seem aggravated a little bit more kind of just aggressive than I normally am, it's because I don't even know what happened this morning. I think I clipped it's the pinky toe. It gets you every time.
You could have did the James Harden.
What did you do?
Just call out.
Oh, yeah, shut up. I tried to.
ACL.
Well, I was in the middle of Christmas shopping, sitting in traffic, and you called me at 2:30 in the afternoon when you clearly know that we've normally now switched the days to Tuesday doing the show. It's Monday. You called me and like, yo, I just woke up. You said, I'm sleeping like a baby piglet. And then you said, yo, I want to do the show now. I don't have off tomorrow. We got to do the emergency setup. You did come through with the Christmas decorations, so I halfway appreciate it. You did get me a nice gift, Carnage Steelbook. I do appreciate it. I do not like the movie. I do really like the Steelbook, though.
You want me to zoom in?
No, don't touch it. The people could see it, and if they can't see it, they could look it up online. But this is, it is a nice. I do like it. And I did get you a aliens plural from the second movie. This is the Queen alien, and it's a statue. Now you could open it later. It's there for the show. We could have opened it before, but it kind of, it went as a trinket today. But it is my gift to you, my offering to you for Christmas. Like I say, every time I give you a gift, you're still a scumbag, but you can enjoy the gift I give you.
Also the penguin?
And then we have Cobblepot.
That's for me too?
Yeah. Just the pussy I was looking for. No, that's not for you. No. And he's injured, man. He's got like a broken arm. He lost his monocle. Yeah, a little bit hectic. And like I said, my I don't need sympathy from the fans of the show, but my toe, I'm pretty sure my pinky toe is broken on my right foot. Now I did put some Blue Emu on. Now, not a sponsor of the show, but I like Blue Emu. I think it's one of the best remedy cream things you could put on for pain. So check it out, Blue Emu. Sketchy. Other than that, it is a Merry Monday, so at least I got that off. And we got the decorations. Thank you, Doyle. You brought these from your home. They look like something that's been sitting in your garage since 1994. So they vintage. I was going to say they are vintage, so I do appreciate that. And this will be the last show before Christmas and New Year's. Will it be the last show of the year, or are we going to sneak one in?
I think we can do it, right?
Well, New Year, I don't know. My dates are all fucked up.
We got December 27th.
Is Monday?
Yeah.
Okay, so Monday the 27th. Okay, so we'll do one more show, Permiso, before the end of the year. Maybe we'll do a recap. I don't know. We don't have much to recap here, but anyway, we're here. We are live. It is... What time is it? It's like 5 o'clock or something. The weather's fucked up today, Doyle. What is the weather report?
Live at 5.
Thank you.
All right, so we got rain starting in 32 minutes. It's been cloudy.
Okay. It is cloudy.
Real feel 60. Oh no, wait, 68. Real feel 63.
Okay. It is it's not a nice day outside. Today has not been my day. I had a little bit of a fight with the girlfriend this morning to start it off.
And mold is high.
And then I went to get my iced coffee, which once again she got me addicted to. I never drank iced coffee. I never drank coffee. 36 years of my life. I move here. I meet her. I start drinking iced coffee. Anyway, I go to Dunkin' Donuts and I get my coffee, and I would say 4 out of 10 times I go to that drive-thru, I don't like my coffee. It doesn't taste good. I just get hazelnut fucking iced coffee with 2 cream. That's it. Some days I'm feeling good. I get a shot of espresso, right? They don't either put enough ice in it. They don't put any hazelnut in it sometimes at all. So it just is coffee. Today was not my day. I fucking broke my toe this morning. Got into the fight with the girlfriend. My coffee was fucking terrible. And then I sat in horrible traffic in horrible weather. And then you call me and make me turn around. I had to go through the toll roads and shit to get back home. I wasn't that far, but it took me an hour to get home. And then I still waited an hour plus for you to come here.
Everybody's shopping.
I know. It's chaos out there, and it is this time of the year. So, and you know what? It's all about perspective. Things could be a lot worse, but...
You don't like the Grinch.
I understand. But, well, if there was a Grinch, I would be the Grinch. And I like, actually, for the record, I do love Christmas. I love Christmas time. Today was just not my best day. So, no excuses, though. We're here. We're doing the fucking show. And apparently, I don't want to jinx anything. The girlfriend's on her way over here. She may even walk in right in the middle of the show, by the way, to be honest with you. So there might be an interruption here. We are supposed to shoot the legitimate episode of The Witch and the Warlock podcast. We're dropping soon on Patreon. And today is the day we're going to film it now. I don't know if we're going to use what we're going to film, but between the two of you bitching at me that we should at least film something, and I'm the perfectionist. I want to have the whole set, everything ready to do ready to go before we do it. Today I'm going to listen to both of you. You and her, you want to direct me, then fine, we'll do it. Whatever you say, Doyle. You're in control today. And then we're going to get to some topic suggestions. And Doyle famously now has got his Google articles. He's going to pull up a couple of those. And through the chaos of today a little bit, my cousin hit me up. My cousin Keith, shout out to Keith. He watches the show. He's an avid fan of the Retro and Rare podcast. And he was like, yo, did you check out that Xbox documentary yet? And I have not. He said, I think it said it's a 6-part series. I believe it's called Power On. And it's about the launch of the OG Xbox and everything that went into it and stuff. And me and him in particular have great memories with that because, well, first of all, I mean, shit, everyone kind of did. I mean, the OG Xbox was an incredible system. But we were talking about my old Cadillacs, because I had sold him one of my old Cadillacs way back in the day. After it got stolen and I got it back and I sold it to him. And then he gave me $2,500 for it, and I went to the mall and spent it all on Mitchell and S jerseys and reckless dumb shit. I was 18. What are you going to do? Even though I do the same shit now. I had my Xbox in the Cadillac, though. I was like one of the first motherfuckers. This is 2001. I had the OG Xbox in my Cadillac with the Panasonic in-dash screen. Now, this is an 88 Cadillac DeVille, 4-door, black with red interior. Red leather, red carpets, red velour, as you like, from Donnie Brasco. It's got the velour. But we had great memories playing the fuck out of that thing. Now, I also had one in my house, and just playing Halo. But me and my cousin used to play a lot of Ninja Gaiden Black, which was a great Xbox game. That was one of the illest games. But, yeah, man, I want to check out that documentary because, you know, apparently they have some great footage and interviews and things like the advertisements. And you know what I always like looking at is the old videos of the stores from the days of the release, you know, whether it was PlayStation 2 or Xbox, like just the lines in the stores and everyone excited holding up the fucking, you know, that blue PS2 box and fucking, I love all that shit because, you know, when OG Xbox dropped and then, you know, Halo was just, I already talked about it, a couple of podcast episodes ago. The LAN parties with Halo were the best. I mean, multiplayer, just nonstop, 8-10 hours a day, people hooking up fucking CRT TVs, running LAN cables throughout the whole fucking house. It was amazing. And then, you know, the new Halo, I love to see that the fanfare for the new Halo, like, people are really into it, you know, like, it seems to be an incredible game, and the multiplayer's fire. You know, I would like to play that shit on PC, if I'm being honest. The new shit looks like you should play it on PC, so. I don't know. Doyle, you're not much of an Xbox guy.
Yeah, it was odd. I had the 360.
Yeah, you were a 360 guy. I knew you had the 360, but you don't really fuck with Xbox. You never... What?
Well, in the documentary, they actually explained the...
Wait, hold on. So you watched the documentary or you just did some research on it?
No, this is one of the Google articles.
Oh, okay.
They explained the Red Rings of Death.
Well, I remember the Red Rings of Death. And you know what's crazy is Microsoft, now, is this documentary about OG Xbox or is it just Xbox in general? See, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I thought it was just the OG Xbox. I think because it's 20 years old now, you know?
No, I think they go through everything.
They go through all of them? Okay. But yeah, because the Red Rings... you know, specifically on the 360, Now, I think it was the same idea, like even with PS3 when they had the failure. So it's a loose soldering thing. Because I remember I got my red rings on my 360, but I was able to just power through. Like it would work sometimes, so I never got it fixed. Meanwhile, Microsoft actually did a really good job. Like you could just send it into them and they would repair it or replace whatever. But I believe it had to do with the glue or the soldering loosening up enough so it wouldn't read or whatever the fuck happened. I don't know.
Yeah, the same shit that happened
Yeah,
to the PS3. Right?
Yeah, you fried my big body PS3 because you insisted on playing Tom Clancy Vegas. What was it? Was it Vegas 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you wanted to play that in the year. What was that? Like that was like in 2018. You was like, we gotta go online. You played for like 4 hours, fried it out. That thing is cosmetically in the best condition of any backwards compatible Fatboy PS3. But we got to get the. That one is the yellow light. It's just like the blinking yellow one. It's the same bullshit. It's soldering, loosening up on the inside. I have no business opening it up. Neither do you. So, but yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna have to check out that. Now it's a 6-part series. How long has it been out for? The documentary. Do we know?
I think it just came out.
Yeah, I think it just dropped.
No, but I heard that you could put the PS3 in the oven, and it fixes it. And you didn't want to try that out.
Okay, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to explain yourself before I have a conniption. What do you mean?
Like you're supposed to put it in the oven for like 250, and then it reconnects the connectors.
It reconnects the connectors.
You said it's just a soldering.
Yeah, it probably blew out the flux capacitor, and that's probably the issue there. Because I'm not running 1.21 gigawatts. Are you fucking stupid, bro? I'm not putting. Okay. What would happen to the PlayStation? Even if that worked, what about the cosmetics on the outside? You don't think anything it won't melt or burn? Or you just deal with it a little, crispy. If you like it a little crispy.
I like it well done.
Yeah, you do. You and my girlfriend both. You gotta have your fucking steak black. Hockey pucks. Terrible. No, so I'm pretty sure it's not a fix for the PlayStation. And do not try that at home. I don't want to get emails and comments that people put their PlayStations in there. Remember, anything Doyle says, pretty much every single thing he says is complete and utter bullshit and could cause bodily harm. So you're going to want to stay away from that. Yeah,
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, so Doyle, we should talk about, I know it's one of the topic suggestions today, but it is the Christmas time. So we're going to talk about favorite Christmas gifts today. And we'll try to keep it gaming related because I did get a lot of great gaming related Christmas gifts growing up. Probably the one cool thing in my family was, usually obviously the systems would drop around Christmas time. That was the marketing thing, which was great. But we would all get a different system, or they would try to be, because might be a year or two apart. But, I remember my cousin Keith got the Sega Saturn once for Christmas. I got the PlayStation, the OG PlayStation. And I had great memories of going to his house and playing fucking Daytona Racing and Virtua On. Like, Saturn, even back then I'm like, Saturn's fucking dope, man. Because I always fuck with Sega, and then it was the disc-based, and all that shit. And but me getting my OG PS1 for Christmas was probably my favorite. I would say my favorite gaming-related Christmas gift that I ever got. Because what did I get with it initially? Well, I definitely got the goddamn demo disc for sure. I remember Crash Bandicoot on the demo disc. And then that game that I always talk about that everyone corrects me on, that Cell game or the Cube game where you're like the little dude and the room is spinning.
Oh, Cubert?
No, not Cubert. It was called I don't want to say it's called the Cell.
Telecube or some shit.
Yeah, some shit. Yeah, and Telecube. So one of those things. And then there was a weird game on there like Tunnel B1. It was like a first person, like a racing game. But it was kind of sketchy, but it had good music. I think Prodigy was on there. Not Prodigy from Mobb Deep. The Prodigy. Firestarter. One of your favorite songs, though. Twisted Firestarter. That was I love that fucking song, man. But yeah, OG PlayStation. It's got to be my favorite Christmas gift. What's yours, Doyle? Probably Nintendo 64 or some shit.
Yeah, we're Cruising USA.
Yeah, Cruising USA. You like that and Wave Racer. Wave Racer is a good game, actually. But yeah, I remember my cousin Johnny got 64. He was younger than us, so he got 64. And but PS1, man, that's what started it all for me, like going hardcore. Now I already had NES and Genesis. I don't think I got. I want to say I don't think I got Genesis for Christmas though. The previous years, like early '90s, I don't think I got that. I think I got it mid-year. But I remember in my family, well, I always tried to, I was always trying to be a con man, salesman. First of all, just as a kid, I was the kid that always tried to open up the gifts that were under the tree just to cut the little corner just to see what it is. I definitely did that multiple times. But I remember seeing the PlayStation. I remember seeing the little, the PlayStation logo, like where I ripped the corner. I was such a scumbag of a kid. I was like, I know if it's a PlayStation, I think it is, but I know that the box, it should have the logo right here. So I tore it and I saw the logo. Got the accessories. You know what was so fun back then? And what I was trying to get at was that I would lobby that technically it's midnight, so could we just open presents at midnight? Because it is technically Christmas. And I used to like, my mother, God rest her soul, she always used to tell me I should have been a lawyer because I always had something to say about something. And I always had a way to argue because I was like, Ma, listen, you don't want to get up. I mean, I'm going to wake you up at 6 in the morning. You don't want to get up at 6 in the morning. Just do it right now. We're up. You're having a sambuca. It's midnight. Come on, let's go. All right. And then around the time I was like 9 or 10, we started this tradition of opening gifts at midnight. And I just because I was like, look, everyone could sleep late tomorrow. And meanwhile, I would just be up all fucking night. And it was so funny to think back then, like, my dad was a superhero because he could hook up the PlayStation. Like, just composite red, white, yellow to me just might as well have been brain surgery back then. Like, what the fuck? How do you hook this shit up? I just remember that first hitting the button and doing the and it came on, bro. Amazing. I remember getting my first DJ set like that, too. My first 2 fucking belt-driven turntables with a mixer and my dad hooking it all up for me. And I was like, that was a great Christmas gift, too. That's probably my second favorite Christmas gift. My Gemini XL 100 turntable set, which was like the most basic. But it's what got me into DJing.
With what records?
I had some Nas records on there. But the only reason I got it was because my father was tired of catching me playing his fucking Iowa turntable and taking his records and scratching them. He would come outside in he had this back room. We had all his shit. And I would be like fucking scratching like Elvis records and fucking random like Earth, Wind and Fire records. My father was an avid vinyl collector. Before we lost like 80% of his collection in a flood we had in our basement in Long Island. But yeah, I explained that I wanted to be a DJ, and he just liked the idea that I was so into vinyl, and I wanted to so he ended up getting me my first DJ set, which was amazing, and I super appreciated it. But yeah, he just got it because he was tired of me fucking with his shit. It was really what happened, but yeah. Anyway, PlayStation, my favorite gaming related. Now, as years passed, I would get games and accessories for it, but I've long said that PS1 is going to be my favorite system of all time. Yeah. Metal Gear Solid, my favorite game of all time. And then, PS1's library is nuts. So, what's a good Christmas video game, Doyle?
The Nights into Dreams.
I knew you were going to bring that one up. Nights into Dreams, the Christmas one. Then they had a specific Christmas one. But Nights into Dreams always had a Christmas vibe to it, which is good.
Cold Borders?
Why? Because it's snow? It's a stretch. Unless it came out around Christmas, which I don't believe it did. But Cool Border is a great game. I used to like 2 Extreme on PlayStation. Remember that game? It was like a extreme sports, like rollerblading, mountain biking. It was terrible. Like the quality was terrible. It was not good. But yeah, okay. What do we got? We got a couple topic suggestions to get to here, Doyle. What do we got?
All right, so we got Frankie Watruba, favorite system ever, favorite sports team.
I just said my favorite system ever. You are famous for doing that on the show, just bringing up a topic that I just spoke about. PlayStation 1, favorite system ever.
You said PS2.
I did not say PS2. PS2 is up there, though.
You can't backtrack.
I'm not backtracking. I said PS1 is my favorite system ever. How am I backtracking? What was the other question?
Episode 37, you said PS2 was your favorite.
No, I think I might have said, and first of all, don't act like you could just reference episode 37 because you're bullshit. Now, someone's in the comments is going to go back to episode 37. They're going to scan, do some research, find out that you're an idiot and you're lying, and they're going to call you out on it. So feel free to do that, ladies and gentlemen. PS2, though, does have a great library of games. I will say that. But the nostalgia of the PS1 is where it is for me. And what was his other question there? A favorite sports team? Anything New York. Now, for a long time, I've been a proponent of, like, you should be a fan of where you're from. If you happen to be from Cleveland, you got to be a Browns fan. You got to be a Cavaliers fan. I happen to be from New York, greatest city in the world. Some of the greatest sports teams, maybe not as of late in the last 10 to 15 years, but I'm a Giants fan. I am a Knicks fan. In hockey, I am a Islanders fan, not a Rangers fan. And that's the other thing. New York usually has 2 teams in every sport at the minimal. In football, they have 3 because they have Buffalo, which is now popular due to your people in Griselda, Benny the Butcher. They have, Benny the Butcher just dropped some new weed strain called Buffalato, if you'd like to smoke on some of that. But yeah, no, I'm anything New York, I'm a New York fan of. I have favorite teams within the New York thing. Like I said, I'm more of a Giants fan, not really a Jets fan. I'm definitely a Yankee fan. I'm not a Met fan. And then I have my teams, like my secondary teams. I have family in Pennsylvania, so I do fuck with the Steelers. I do fuck with the Penguins. I do fuck with the Pirates. And I'm not going to lie, in the 90s, I was, as much as I'm a Giants guy, I was definitely a fan of the Dallas Cowboys. Emmitt Smith, Irvin, Aikman. That reminds me, remember, what was the Sega game that I played? Was it No, it wasn't Deion Sanders. What football on Genesis did we always play that I would throw it to Irvin and I could swerve in Irvin? What did I call it? I don't know why I called him Swerve and Irvin, but I would throw like an 80-yard bomb to Irvin and it would work every single time and nobody wanted to play the fucking game with me. What game was that? Oh, you know what it was? I think it was just the OG Madden football game. It was the championship edition, the rental one. That was before they barely had voices in the game and shit like that. They didn't even. But Primetime with Deion Sanders was a good game too.
Well, a lot of people praise those games because some of the aspects and things they did are like better than today.
Yeah, like just the way that not necessarily like the physics and stuff, but like the play selection and just kind of the game flow, the way it plays is like I don't know, it's fun.
I know for 2K they would have like weekly recaps. And
no, they had the halftime show, which was crazy. And now I remember on the Dreamcast, like NFL, there was an ESPN football game that came out in the early 2000s. And the thing that impressed me about that game was that they had like a first person view where you could be in the football player's helmet, in the person's helmet. You saw like the face mask of the helmet and you could play that way. That was cool. But I remember in 2K, I think it was 2K, they had all the halftime reports and they would show like your actual highlight from what you did. And like back then that was like crazy that they even did that. I don't even think Madden did that back then. It sucks. I really liked NFL 2K, but they're not going to compete with Madden. I mean, Madden just took them over. But early Madden, he's going to feel hot 1 in the morning. I used to love hooking the voiceovers. And rest in peace, Pat Summerall. John Madden's still alive though, right?
On Christmas, they have or was it? It's coming up, John Madden documentary.
Oh, really? Yo, Madden's the man. You know what? What's a fun fact about John Madden is he was famous for the bus, the Madden bus, because he would not fly an airplane. He hated planes. So back then, he bought like $1 million bus, and that was back in the 80s and 90s. That was like crazy, crazy, crazy. But he was like, I don't like to fucking fly, so I just do the bus around the whole country. But they respected him because he's John Madden, so.
What do you think? That's better?
What? I would do that, yeah. I'd rather be in a bus because it's like you're just like in this hotel on wheels. You got the driver, you got your fucking couch, you got TVs, you got all type of shit. Better than sitting on fucking some random airline flight, crammed in like a fucking sardine. I'm not a huge fan of flying. My girl's already trying to get me. She's got to go to fucking some exotic, I don't know where she's going. She's going to Turkey or some shit for like her business. And she's like, You got to get your passport. We're going to Turkey.
You're going?
I'm not going to Turkey, bro. I mean, A, I don't know how long the flight is. B, and then the other thing is she travels, but she only goes places for like 2 days. She'll go halfway around the world for 2 days and come back. And I'm like, you got to spend some time there, you know? If you're going to do something, you got to do it. But it's business related too, so. I will go on vacation somewhere, but no, I'm not much for planes. I don't think that like, I'm not scared like, oh, we're going to die, like it's going to crash. I just don't like being in a confined spot like that where I can't move and, you know, and then, you know, unless I'm going to fly private, which I'm absolutely not going to do. It's an exorbitant amount of money to do that. I was watching what's that real estate guy? I think his name is Graham or whatever his name is. He was talking about, he's like, you know how much it is to get Wi-Fi on a private plane? $100,000. That's just the install fee. You know how much it is a month? It's $20,000 a month, whether you use it or not. We're not even talking about fuel. We're not even talking about maintenance. Like people that owning a plane is like, that's like your gecko status big time. Like hardcore shit. Speaking of money like that, I saw that Elon Musk is going to pay $11 billion in taxes this year. I mean, it's all relative, right? I mean, he's worth, you know, he's trickling up towards the $1 trillion mark, so it makes sense. I was just watching some random Instagram video of Elon Musk and Leonardo DiCaprio walking around some crazy factory that Elon built. And he was explaining to Leonardo DiCaprio that if we have 100 of these factories, we could sustain energy for the entire world. And then he was like, wait, what? And then he's like, that's it? And because it seems in comparison, I mean, it seems like a small task to have 100 of, I don't know what the factories, they call it gigafactory or whatever the fuck. Like Elon Musk is on some other shit that I don't even understand at this point. I don't know what's going on. He's an amazing person, and I guess that's, you know, he's going to try to save the world here. With that, or we're going to live on Mars. I don't know. Now, Doyle, I think you would be a good selection for a guinea pig to go to Mars. Would you be willing to do that?
You can't do that, according to flat earthers.
You can't go to Mars?
No, they got the...
Total Recall, get your ass to Mars.
One of the atmospheric belts.
Oh, really, Doyle? Tell me more about what you know about atmospheric belts.
Well, I gotta go to the convention.
Oh, flat Earth conventions?
Yeah,
all right.
They explain.
But if Elon just hit you up, you got a text, you woke up at 3 a.m, like, what? And it's like, yo, it's Elon. You come to the moon, come through. Would you go?
It's all CGI.
Oh, so I'm sorry, and I said the moon, I meant Mars. He wants people to go to Mars. So you wouldn't be one of the guinea pigs to go to Mars.
That's all.
How long would it take to get to Mars? 6 months, I think? See, that's the problem. I mean, if you get fucked up and something happens, you can't just call an ambulance, you know.
No, Matt Damon's arrived. He's the Martian.
The Martian, yeah. Yeah, well, it worked out. It also got a little sketchy for some people in there. That or what's the other one, too? Like in, what's the Alien Covenant, right? Didn't they go super far distance and, like, they discovered that land? There's sketchy shit going on there. It's definitely sketchy. Like you're fucking Queen Alien just waiting out there. You never know. I don't know. I would wait to make sure everything is good before I started hopping on the old jet to Mars. That'd be cool though. One day you're in an airport. It's like, you know, flight to Spokane, Washington. Then it's like Mars. Oh, we're delayed flight to Mars. What the fuck? I mean, 6-7 months on whatever the fuck would be sketchy to say the least. I wouldn't do it, and probably not going to happen in our lifetime.
Well, they say that most of the time that we go out into like the distant space, like there's more UFOs that they see.
Well, yeah, that's because they're real, Doyle. They built the pyramids. And I'm tired of this argument. You're telling me, Doyle, do you agree with the mindset that millions of slaves built the pyramids over a period of time? Does that seem logical?
Pharaohs?
What, the pharaohs?
Mm-hmm.
They just told people what to do and shit. They were just showing with the gold dog head thing, and they were, yeah. No, in my opinion, we had some assistance from alien beings that they gave us like the knowledge. They came through like Wu-Tang. Yo, you got to do the science, and then they showed them how to do it. And they probably had things that levitated. How did they lift all that granite? It was in the middle of the fucking desert. There's no fucking stones and shit. Where did they even get it from?
Well, that's what they say about Machu Picchu.
Those are your people in Peru. Yeah.
It's like 30,000 feet up in there.
Yeah. How did they get them there? even today with today's technology, it would be a stretch to be able to do that shit.
And then the Mayans.
Yeah.
Those
And
are
it's all
distant places.
and it's mathematically correct. Like all the stones are perfectly shaved and cut, like laser cut. There's no dude 20 million years ago hitting a fucking ding 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 ding. It's not happening, bro. Aliens are real. They built the fucking pyramids. Egyptians know what's up, but they keep it on the low. And they kept it secret for a long time. And then they try to bury them with all their stuff in this sarcophagus.
Why don't you go?
I would love to go to Egypt. That is one of my. I would take a vacation to Egypt, go over to Giza, see the pyramids. Yeah, I don't know how long a flight to Egypt is, but it's probably. I don't know. It's pretty. I would do that for sure. Can't take a cruise to Egypt. I don't believe. Come up one of those rivers over there, but. All right, we're lost in the weeds here, dog.
They got the Nile crocodile.
What? Crocodile Dundee? That's not a knife. That's a knife. All right, give me another topic. What the fuck?
All right, so we got Fox Aaron Riders chipping in.
Chipping.
Do you think modern gaming consoles were made to last like the retro ones? It's a good one.
No, I don't. Well, you know what? I think things were just made a little bit better back then, but their consumer electronics generally don't last. If you take care of them, they do. But I do think companies are going to try to cut as many corners as they can to reduce the cost. And if it means that something doesn't last as long, it's like, it's okay. They just have to buy more products. Like, we're at a point where you can't tell me that cars really shouldn't last 20, 30 years with no problem now. Like, the materials we make things out of and, like, the amount of experience that factories have making things, they can make things last, but they do it on purpose as a wearable item so that you buy more, like tires or brakes or something like that. It's like, come on, man. They can make tires last longer than they do or stronger than they are, but it's like, then the tire companies would sell less tires. So why would they contribute to that? They're just going to be like, no, this is it. We hit a wall with technology and what we got is what we got. So you buy more. Keeps the economy going, though. It's all for the greater good. But I think, I mean, my PS4 Pro, I've beaten the living shit out of. I got it the day the PS4 Pro dropped. You know how many hours of Gran Turismo 7? Remember we used to bring that thing on vacations with us and just leave it on in the fucking hotels and the resorts and fucking let it loop Gran Turismo all day long. Just that fan running in that motherfucker. But if you keep it dust free and you keep shit clean, I've always been a proponent of that. Generally, your shit will last. But that goes for a lot of things, bro. That goes for cars. That goes for fucking refrigerators. That goes for anything. If you maintain it properly, things should last. Now, back in the day, things were made, I'm talking about back in the day, 100 years, 75 years ago, things were made of better quality, and the people that owned things knew how to work on them to fix them. Nowadays, none of us know how to do anything. There's a very finite amount of people that are good with their hands and fixing things, and we sublet that out to people to fix, and then the parts they use are cheap, and then it breaks anyway, and it's this terrible cycle. So I don't know. I mean, we just talked about the red rings of death on the Xbox. That shit happened, brand new system, 6 months in, what the fuck? And it doesn't work, and then you're pissed. So, I haven't heard about, has there been a lot of failures with like the new, like Series X or PS5? I haven't heard anything about that.
No,
Seems to be they're holding up pretty good as far as hardware is concerned.
Yeah.
I still believe that there's not enough games to support them launching the system, and then never mind the fact that no one can buy it. It's the hot ticket of the holiday, though.
Did you ever have the maintenance for the retro consoles?
What do you mean?
Like the Super Mario cleaning?
Oh yeah, you can call the number for maintenance. But yeah, they had like the clean. No, I never used any of that shit. Even back in the day, I knew that you could use like rubbing alcohol, or famously, I used vinegar. Vinegar worked every time, Doyle. You've been there 100 times.
Blowing the cartridge.
Yeah, that worked too. Of course, that was the OG shit, and they didn't want you to do that because then the moisture from your spit gets on the board, but it doesn't really do anything.
That was like the first line of defense.
Yeah, but that always generally worked because you know what? It was usually just some surface dust on the board, and then you blow it off and it's fine.
What about the vinegar? That might mess it up.
No, vinegar has always worked well for me. Vinegar and a Q-tip on a board, it's always worked really well because it's acidic a little bit, so it takes off the layer. I mean, we've seen some really old, crusty cartridges work.
Gunkies.
Yeah, and just put the vinegar, pop it in, perfect. Yeah. All right. Next topic.
Yeah, we got the Castlevania X.
And it wasn't working at all. Vinegar. Plus, you got to verbally threaten the cartridge. You know that. When you start saying, hey, listen, motherfucker, I'm going to get the vinegar out, it knows. You put it in, it works. Sometimes.
All right, we got PVC Tacos. Which Halo campaign and multiplayer is your favorite?
I liked...
Halo 2, right?
Yeah, Halo 2 is my shit. I liked, what is it? Well, Blood Gulch. And that's the first one. But the second one, what's the one called on the beach? By the beach? God damn it.
Oma?
I forget the name of the fucking map. I can't believe it. It's slipping my mind right now. But in Halo 2, that was one of my favorite maps. Also, the one in Halo 1 where it was like inside. It was like the big warehouse looking one. Where you could snipe people from mad long. That was one of my favorite ones too. And the campaigns from the first two. Now, once you get into Halo 3 and beyond, I didn't really fuck with it. But the first two Halos, I was in all the way. I beat the campaigns multiple times. I almost want to say that the OG Halo is my favorite campaign, but I think I like the second one. I like the upgrades they did. And, I still to this day, really, the Master Chief Collection has always been like my favorite. Like, the way that what they did with the graphics and shit was so amazing. And I always loved that in the pause menu, you could swap it back between the old graphics and the remake or the update. But I would say that Halo has got to be probably my favorite, like, multiplayer FPS game, like, just to play with friends and shit like that. It's just the most consistent, and I think it has the best replayability. I mean, GoldenEye and shit I love too, but, like, Halo is, like, really good, man. It's one of the best.
LAN parties? Yeah,
LAN parties. I always mention LAN parties. All right, what do you got? Some Google articles, Doyle? Christmas time. What do you got? Come on. You're supposed to do show prep here, Doyle. It's your only job.
All right, so we got House of the Dead remake for the Switch coming up.
Now, how are they doing that? It's not a light gun.
Motion controls.
Okay. All right. I mean, so they're gonna do the original House of the Dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to get it.
Yeah, I guess so. And then now, I guess they can't do it on Xbox, PlayStation because there's no motion control stuff. All right. I mean, that's why they do have the guns now that work on the flat screens, though. So they might be able to do that.
But it's coming out for the Switch, from what I read.
Okay.
What do you think? You're gonna get it?
What are they saying? Like 2029 release or what? Is this something real or is this fake?
House of the Dead remake. Let's see. But you're not gonna get it though. With the
dude, I'm not gonna get. Look, the only way I would get a Switch is if they upgraded massively on the power plant there, made it a little bit better, graphically. And then they started, releasing some legit games. Now, Metroid was a good one. I give them credit on that. But that's not enough to make me buy the system. Neither is House of the Dead, by the way.
It just says 2021. Squeeze it in before the year.
It comes out next week. We don't know. Maybe they're developing it in 2021. It's not necessarily dropping in 2021. So, what else we got? We got anything else?
All right. So I just read this one. This one said Xbox Series S outsold the PS5.
Yeah, it was probably because it was a little more available, no?
Yeah. That's what it says.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. Yo soy inteligente. Because it makes sense. Like, a lot of people probably try to get the PlayStation 5 and they're like, fuck it, I'll just settle for the Xbox. That's what I think. I don't think that people were looking for the Xbox more. And it was also driven by hype a little bit too. Like, the Xbox... I don't know. I mean, overall, PlayStations, I think, PS4 for sure outsold, I think, any system for the longest time. I know the Switch was creeping up there, but I don't know about that. I mean, if I was going to choose, I would definitely go for a PS5, But, I always said this with the exclusives, right? Like Halo is like, huge. Halo is making me buy a Series X. I still don't have one. I want one. I didn't get Halo on the new shit on my One X because I really want the fucking Series X to play it properly. Or, I mean, shit, I could just get a PC and do it like extra, but that doesn't make sense. The Series S sold more than PS5 because there's not as many PS5s.
You're not going to get it?
No, I would wait till they get the X instead of the S. I mean, well, what's the difference again?
I think VR,
Yeah, I mean, well, that's another thing too. The VR thing is like
HDMI 2.1.
everyone's going ham with the metaverse fucking shit. I don't know. I mean, I don't try it. I don't have any Oculuses. I don't have any of that shit. I have PSVR, but I don't ever use it. I never was a huge. I mean, like I said, we had our fun with the VR stuff, but I just don't. I don't know.
No, there's a lot of people making money off
Well, then there's
metaverse properties.
and there's like NFTs in the metaverse, right?
What do you think?
Fucking NFTs again, man.
Do we go in it?
I don't know. We got to do something here. We got to make a move. We got to make some kind of move with the NFT. We definitely have to create a retro and rare NFT. We have to, bro. Hey, look. So what I realized is this: you have to get it minted to make it official, right? I don't know about the process of doing that. You can literally Google how to make an NFT, like an official one. So we'll do that eventually at some point. I don't know how.
There's gonna be a phone coming up. I think Elon Musk is doing it.
What do you mean?
Where it's gonna be like a mining capable phone.
For crypto? That'd be a pretty powerful phone to do that. I mean, at this point, whatever Elon says, you just go, okay, bro. Whatever you got going, I'm down.
So he's like the new Steve Jobs.
In a certain way, in a different way, but yeah, I mean, yeah. Steve, I read a really depressing quote, like Steve Jobs, his last words. It's terrible. He was like basically saying in so many words, like nothing means anything if you don't have your health. And he's like, as I lay here dying in my last days, and he knows he's gonna die, and he was just speaking about like basically wealth and all this other shit, and it means nothing really. I mean, I can understand where he got that from at that point. He felt that way, but to hear him say that and that be his last words is like, fuck.
Well, everybody wishes they had more time, right?
Yeah, of course. He said, I think that's what he said, or something like, you can't buy time, no matter what. And then we go back to the Kanye West, Magic Johnson had a cure for AIDS, and all the broke motherfuckers passed away. Telling me if my grandma's in the NBA right now, she'd be okay.
Yeah, but there's no escape from death.
No, I know. Yeah, there's no escape from death, Doyle. Is that your words of wisdom today? Did I let you get away easy there just by giving you a layup?
Well, it's Mirror Monday. We can't talk about
It is, yeah. We're going to keep it positive today because you brought the Christmas decorations, so I do appreciate it. It is uplifting the spirits. Cobblepot likes it. And then after the show, you can open up your alien queen, the queen. I didn't like, the queen is such an ugly motherfucker. She's got the extra arms in the front. I hated those arms. Because the arms on the side, but then she had the arms coming out the chest, and I hated that. And then I remember in Alien Resurrection, remember when with the queen was in that pit, and all the fucking people hanging up. It is similar to Quaid from Total Recall, the dude that was up there. He's like, oh, she's beautiful. And then the queen just kills him. I don't care what anyone says. I still maintain, I'll look directly in the camera and say it. I like Alien Resurrection. I think it's a good movie.
No, Alien 2 was the best.
Aliens. Aliens. Yeah.
That's good, James Cameron?
Yeah, Bill Paxton in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he died in real life, Bill.
He's the one who does a game over.
Yeah, game over, man. But more importantly, Bill Paxton is in Predator 2. Lieutenant. What does he say? Something like, dangerous is my middle name. Like, everything is his middle name. I like Bill Paxton in Predator 2. I think it's one of his best roles. I don't know. What else we got going on today on a Merry Monday, Doyle? I feel like our show is a little bit loosey-goosey today for the holidays. Might be a short episode today.
All right, we got more Google articles. The Google articles are coming through. All right, so we got 2 topics on The Matrix. The Matrix movie.
Oh, yeah, because now, first of all, hold on. Before we get to the Matrix. Well, it's movie news. You didn't see Spider-Man yet, did you?
No.
You're a scumbag. You're Mr. Spider-Man. You're Mr. Peter Parker. You're not gonna. Why didn't you see it yet?
I gotta wait until the hype comes down. There's too much baby kids in the theaters.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right, fine. I'll let you get away with that. I actually was gonna take the girlfriend to go see it before. She's going to New York for Christmas. I know she's gonna go see it with her family up there, but I wanted to see it here first. I was gonna try to illegally get it, allegedly, but I decided against that. That's something I want to see in the theater. Even though I have to say, I believe that those days are getting numbered too, because now the home entertainment's great. I mean, you got the OLED, Even though my fucking Doyle, I need you to replace my subwoofer on my sound system here. I can't have $1 million sound bar here without the sub. It's a little flat. But anyway, I was only saying that because people were going so ham with Spider-Man. People forget that Matrix is coming, bro. When does that drop? The Matrix movie.
Oh, the 22nd.
Yeah, so.
You want to see it?
Yeah, that's going to be dope. I'm excited about that. I don't know why I feel like this, but I feel like they're going to do the right thing with this.
Now, one of my friends is telling me to go to Spider-Man and then Matrix.
Same night. Would you do
Sneak
that?
Sneaks? Quarterback sneak?
Oh, you quarterback sneak? Oh, so you mean doing the old little theater hop there. You just pay for the Spider-Man, then you walk into the Matrix. They probably know what's going on nowadays, though. They're more savvy. I used to do that all the fucking time. I remember going to the movie theater back in the mall rat days with friends. We would be like we would watch like 5 movies in a day. We'd just buy one movie and then just keep going to the different. We'd walk into another movie that's already an hour into it and just go sit down and watch it because it was free. The guys come around with the flashlights. You kids got tickets?
No way they did that.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you. No, yeah. We definitely got kicked out of theaters before. The guy with the little baby hat come around with the tickets. Like we're on a train and people checking tickets and shit. Nah, bro.
Did you ever get a good movie?
Yeah, I mean, I've snuck into some great movies. Yeah, for sure. Still, my favorite movie theater experience ever was Terminator 2. Going to see it because I said this story 100 times on the podcast, but my father took me and like 3 of my best friends on opening night at the Lowe's Theater on Hempstead Turnpike in Long Island, and the fucking power went out right in the middle of the desert scene where they get to the desert. Enrique, estás aquí? You jumpy cunner. And then all of a sudden the lights shut off and like these dim lights came on in the theater and bro, this is opening night of that movie. Iconic movie. The hype was crazy. And people were going ham in the theater. Like just pissed off, like basically rioting in the fucking theater. Yeah. But yeah. And I'll be honest, other than I don't go to the movies a lot at all. Like at all. Like throughout my life, like early on it was a lot, but as I got later in life, shit. I mean, the last movie I went and saw in the movies was Wonder Woman. And I saw it in 4D or whatever that was. It was terrible.
Oh, you saw Villains?
I didn't see it in the theater. I saw it at home. Yeah, I didn't go to the theater for that. And that's the problem. Most movies I just stay home. I don't really go ham with it. I don't know. What else we got going on, Doyle? Like I said, I think it's gonna be a short show today.
We got the Matrix though.
Oh yeah, the Matrix. I said I really think they're gonna do the right thing with the Matrix. I don't really have any legs to stand on for that. I just feel like Keanu and all this shit. Like I just think it's gonna be right. They take their time to do it, and I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be legit. It's probably gonna be a long movie. I have a feeling too. The Matrix, they get a little lengthy.
What about the video game? Did you see it?
No, the new one?
Yeah,
No, is it legit?
Crazy.
Yeah, I do want it because I used to love Path of Neo. Path of Neo was one of my favorite games back in the day. OG Xbox. Speaking of OG Xbox, that was a great game.
That was only for the Xbox, right?
I think it was an exclusive. Yes, pretty sure. Yeah, and it wasn't a PS2 game. I don't think so.
Nah, so we got a couple more Google articles.
Yeah, give me a couple more. Give me a couple more. I'll see what we got. My nose is running. I don't know why. It's this drink.
Minecraft reached 1 trillion views.
Oh yeah, I saw that on YouTube. They were advertising it like on their little banner.
What do you think?
Oh, baby kids like Minecraft, and sketchy adults also like Minecraft. Look, you can't argue with 1 trillion views. I can tell you that much. That much I know. Never got into Minecraft. Never really. I mean, I get it. I understand it, the creation aspect of it, but it was far past what I was. I was never into it. I never got into any game that was like a build a game like that. No. I can't extrapolate on Minecraft.
Like a sandbox though.
Yeah, but it looks stupid. I never understood the graphics of the little guy with the hammer and shit. What the fuck's going on here? I don't know. All right, Dolan. You know what? Let's get out of here early today. We got to record another show. I gotta keep some kind of juice for the other show. we'll do an early episode. It's a Merry Monday. We don't have to go too ham. People are enjoying their holidays.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right, so Merry Christmas. No.
Yeah, so you're going to impart some wisdom on the people before we go?
Oh, let's see. I had it over here. Hold on.
You're supposed to have it in your brain, Doyle.
All right, we got it. Endless possibilities.
Okay. So that's what you want to leave the people with before the holidays hit. Endless possibilities. I'm okay with that. We're going to do one more show before the New Year's. So we'll be back on the 27th. So it's Monday the 27th, right? Because now we're switching it back to Monday now. Is that what's going on?
I don't know.
All right. Either way, the show's going to drop late tonight. So it's almost Tuesday anyway. But all right. And then we're going to record another show. We're going to wait for Miss J-Lo to get here. And then we're going to try to record the first episode of the Witch and the Warlock podcast. We'll see what happens with that. So, and by the way, I wanted to shout out my homies at Super Fantasy Tees. They make these dope bootleg tees. That was that G.I. Joe shirt I was wearing the other day. Here's the thing. I think it's not a guarantee yet, but I spoke to them. We might be in the works of making some merch with them. Because as soon as I got that tee, I love the quality. And I was like, dude, I got to hit these guys up. Because if we can work on something, I mean, we might be able to drop some really dope merch with them. So, and even if we don't collab with them on something, I might use them as a supplier. Give them the, shit that we're going to do and have them print them for us. So, keep a lookout for that. And hopefully we're dropping that new episode of the new podcast before the first of the year. That was the goal. I think we're still on track. I need some commitment from you there, Doyle. We're going to have to do it. All right? Until next time, peace.